Like I said, it's brand new, guys. It's a completely different place. Good evening, SPCS, and welcome to Series 3. I am your host tonight, Mr. Yeti, your guide, if you will, through all that is Series 3. It's good to see everybody. Welcome, welcome. Old and new faces alike. It's a pleasure to see you. For those of you who obviously can see, for those of you who've seen me before, I've moved, which explains the awful lighting, the kind of echoey sound. Yeah, it's not great, and I apologize. I'm peaking a little right now. I'm trying to get it in line, but it's so echoey in here. It's really hard to control. So I apologize for all that. I just moved. It's been a terrible summer for so many reasons. But the great thing is I have this new office, which I'm going to be decking out, making it look very, very nice, super retro gamer style. It's going to be fantastic. Ignore the casting couch head rammer. That's gross. But welcome, everybody. It's great to be here. It is great to get SPCS Series 3 started. And honestly, I've just been looking forward to fall. It's great that fall is right around the corner because, boy, this summer has been a chore. Let's put it that way. So I'm just excited to be here, guys. I'm excited to get back into Series 3. I'm excited to host you guys here tonight, and hopefully we can answer some questions as to what you can expect this season in Series 3 and here moving forward. So we're going to be starting off with just a little bit of kind of a run through on how to report your scoring and how to kind of do some of the baseline things for SPCS in general, for those of you who are unfamiliar, or for those of you who are returning who need that, perhaps that little bit of explanation once again as a refresher. This will involve score reporting, how to do ringers, how to do reschedules, things like that. We're going to walk you through all that right on the SPCS website. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get the ball rolling here. And I'm going to start off by talking a little bit about how to handle your scheduling, how to handle your rescheduling, and things along those lines. So starting us off here, guys, when you are going to enter scores, all your reschedules, everything like that, it's all going to be handled right on the spcs.solomon.gg, the link that's all over the Discord. That is our website. You're going to go there. That's where you can do all your rescheduling. You can set up how you enter your scores, all that. And we're going to walk through that here right now. So let's actually just dive right in. We're going to put up a different... There we go. Perfect. So if you log into solomon.gg, or spcs.solomon.gg, you will go to this overview page right here. Right now, it has a couple of dummy teams because we are using these for examples for your score reporting. If you have any questions, we'll get to them at the end. Just hang tight on it. I can't necessarily watch 4 internet windows at once, so your patience is appreciated in the interim. But let's talk a little bit about how to report your scores. So you're going to go through your match. You ended up winning it. You win at 3-1. Congratulations, you win. If you are the winning team, you are responsible for reporting your scores. So this goes to the team captains, team staff. They will be needing to report their scores on the SPCS website. And the way that works is you actually go to the schedule, you'll see an option to report, and you're going to go ahead and click that option there. It's going to bring you to this screen here. This screen has a few different options. It has score reporting and rescheduling. It also has a match editor. That's more for staff than you guys, so you can disregard that. But let's talk about rescheduling actually first. That's much more important, I think. So let's do rescheduling. So rescheduling is, let's say for instance, Navino is my opponent. My team can't make the normal scheduled day. Now again, to reiterate the rule set, the scheduled day is the default day. The teams cannot agree on a time to reschedule. Staff will enforce that the match will take place at the standard scheduled time. Regardless of the situation, we have to have a standard in place, so keep that in mind while you're rescheduling. Nobody owes you a reschedule. Nobody is obliged to give you a reschedule. We ask teams to be courteous as possible, but there needs to be an understanding, too, that you cannot force a team to reschedule their match because your teammate forgot that they have to let their cat out to the dentist that night. So please be mindful of that. Please be respectful of that. If you are going to submit a reschedule request, so this match is scheduled for tonight at 7 p.m. CDT, Central Time Zone, represent. We're going to go in, we're going to choose time. So it uses your local time by default. And I'm going to want to reschedule it for tomorrow. So it gives you the options of times that you can reschedule. Now, keep in mind, it has to reschedule during that week. So it has to fit in that window. This is just kind of a dummy window here. You can disregard it, but it'll tell you what days the scheduled match has to take place. So be mindful of that. So I want to send this reschedule request off to get approved. So if I do that, I'm going to hit OK. So that's going to set that reschedule request. So again, I want to set it for tomorrow. I want to set it for the same time, 7 o'clock or 1900. What if you want to, let's see here. What if you want to reschedule 3 weeks from now? Then you lose. So then you would hit OK. What you would see then is if you actually look in the Discord, you'll see a channel that's called Solomon or Series 3 Reschedule or Series 3 Solomon GG Notifs. What that is for staff only. It shows you the reschedule request. So if you are a staff member, you can go into that channel right now and you will see the reschedule request and the score report approval that has been posted in there, that has been posted for me to handle. Okay. So I can go in there, I can approve, I can deny it, and you would actually just go to the website to approve or deny that here, and I can show you an example of that on the other match here. So he sends over a schedule request, he proposes this time, I'm going to approve it. It's that simple, or you can deny it. Now here's the thing we do ask. If you do have a reschedule request, actually talk to your opponent before putting it through the website. Don't waste everybody's time by not talking to your opponent in advance, turning it into a big to-do on the website. Talk to your opponent beforehand. Make sure that you get that taken care of before you put the request on the website. That way it doesn't just turn into this massive back and forth on the website with nothing actually getting accomplished, okay? So please be mindful of that. Please be respectful of your opponents. If you're wondering who to contact from your opponent, the team information and roster information and staff information will all be on the website very, very soon. So just hang tight on that, guys. That should be up in the next couple of days. So you will have that information. Anyways, let's move on here. We want to report our scores as we previously highlighted. So let's report some scores. So we are going to report the score for this match here. Congratulations, we won. It was 3-1. Cool. So let's start off by reporting our matches. So we're going to start off by reporting the map. Now, all SPCS matches will start on a control map that's predetermined. You can see what that is in the map pool that's in the Discord. If you can't find it, it's not that hard to find. It is in the channel that is called Series 3 Information. Can't miss it. It's very obvious. It's right on the top of the Series 3 section. So that's where that is. If you can't find it, look harder because it's right there. All right. Let's move on then, and let's say the first map was Busan, and my team won 2-0. Cool. Now I'm gonna put in a replay code. Poggers. Cool. Now you also put in your bans. So let's say I'm just putting in example band. We'll say Junk and Lucio got banned. Cool. Now we go to the next map. So this map would then be chosen again, following our normal rules. This map would be chosen by the previous map loser, so this map would be chosen by Navino's team. And let's say they picked Blizzard World, and Navino's team won this one. Let's make it a crazy match. Let's make it 5-4. Let's make it 8-7. Sure, why not? Replay code, oh my god, barbecue. There we go. And the winner of that one is Navino. Here's the bans. Vans were Venture and Sojourn. Sure, whatever. Now we go to the next map. Map was picked by my team. We went to, we went rogue. We went to Chateau Guillard. Sure, why not? And we won 20-19 or to 19. Sure. Replay code. What the fuck? Poofa. Yeah, I know I can't, but I'm just going with it. And that one's set. Now the match score, by the way, I already updated up here. You can see that. It says 2-1. And we'll continue going this match. This map was chose by Navino's team. He chose Coliseo. We won 1-0. Replay code Navino. Cool. Match has ended. We are winning 3-1. Let's enter those bans. We'll say Reaper and Moira, and then we'll do Life Weaver and Life Weaver as well because they really hated Life Weaver. All right, and then you submit approval. Submit for approval. That's it. It's done. Now, what does it look like when you need to approve a score? You go back, hit right here where your opponent has already approved it. Your opponent has already submitted this for approval. You click into it. You go to score reporting. All the details are listed there. Just verify that they're correct. Give them a quick overview and then hit approve. That's all you need to do. Now the match is fully approved, set, and ready to go. And if you look in this SPCS Discord as well, you can also see there's a score reporting button or page there. You all have access to this one. It shows you what the scores of the match were, what the maps that were played, all that information. It's all there, plain to see, very simple, very easy. And then also you can see there's that reschedule. There was a change in that match, so that reschedule is posted publicly for all to see as well. So all that information is ready to access, public for you. You cannot miss it. So that is how you report scores. That is how you submit reschedule requests and all of that information. If I'm missing questions, bear with me. Again, we'll get to questions here in a second. Last but not least, what I wanted to show you guys on the website is the ability to edit your profile. A lot of you already have a Solomon.gg profile. If you don't have one, we can get you linked up to that. Just hang tight. We'll get it taken care of as we're getting you entered into your rosters. But when you go to the Solomon.gg page, you just hit edit profile. And then it brings you to here where you can add in your pronouns, add in your pronunciation. Mine is pretty easy, but yours might not be. So add pronunciation. This is really helpful for the casters. If your match is broadcasted, having your pronunciation there and your pronouns makes it a lot easier for your casters to do a really good job of taking care of you guys and giving you the most accurate information for you as a player. Ask what your role is, what your favorite hero is, why that's important. Well, there's some broadcast graphics that just will use your favorite hero. It's pretty cool. I actually kind of dig it. For things like roster information, for things like MVP, all of that, it pulls this information for those graphics, and it looks kind of cool. So you can set that up, and then once your team's set up, you can actually pick a profile picture that will that will be published on your profile. So you can put one of your team logos, or you can put an event logo that you've participated in if you were staff. But me, I'm gonna go with just SPCS. Hit save. It's all done. Now, if I look at my player page right here, this has my player page. It has my overview. It has all of my records here. And then fun thing as well, it has a banner creator. If you really want to get creative, you can add a banner for your team. This doesn't work perfectly, admittedly, by the owner here. But if I wanted to put this on here, bam, look, banner. Hit save. It generates a JPEG for you. Now you have a Twitter banner if you really want it. You can have it. It's great. It's very convenient, very easy, very simple. Any questions about entering scores or the SPCS website in general? If you have one, ask it now or forever hold your peace. That's okay too. It sounds like we don't have a whole lot of interest in questions right now, and that's okay with me. If you had questions later, we can address it. So that is okay. Make sure you talk to you have a question. Well, hit me with your question. It feels wrong to see me with no green screen. I agree. It feels wrong if I'm being genuinely honest. Oh, there's an ad up. Okay. Well, if you have a question, now's the time. We'll take a minute here. How do you get to the website? You cannot miss it. It is in the important links in the SPCS Discord. You can just grab it right there. It's the important info. Again, it's spcs.solomon, which is slmn.gg. And the link has also been copied into the chat as well. So Very easy to find. And again, as a reminder, a lot of you guys, or none of your teams are set up on the website yet. That's all going to be taken care of in the coming days. So just hang tight. Everything will be great there. Is every player getting an account for this or just the captains? Every player will have an SPCS or a Solomon.gg profile. Every single player will. So you all will have access to this website. You all will be able to edit your player pages. It's just the people that staff, it's just the people who are staff who said, or who will have access to like things like match reporting, things like that. Will we be getting VODs this season? I certainly hope so. Our YouTube channel's up and running. Should be able to have everything linked there. Hopefully we won't have any lost VODs. We had a couple, unfortunately, last time because of the issues with the YouTube channel. Hopefully we won't have that this year. Yes, you asked right there, since Season 16 ended, if we don't have a way to qualify since you didn't get required games. We currently don't have, and as Glitch said, we currently don't have a timeline. We just don't. We just don't. And the reason is because Season 18 appears to be a pretty significant change in ranks for people. It's really difficult for us to actually quantify where those ranks should be with relation to seasons 15 through 17. So there'll be a lot of players who maybe are rookie level, who are diamond or low diamond or high plat, who are placing, and they're placing into mid or high diamond. That seems, it makes it really difficult to have consistency. Obviously, this is just the problem that we have with what Blizzard has kind of put in front of us here. There's a reason why these rules and these game requirements have been posted for months. It's because we want people to try to get them done. 30 wins over the period of 6 months is not a massive ask. If we break it down that much, it's one win every 3 days. It's really not that much to ask for people for a ranked tiered tournament. I understand that some people may have joined in late, and I apologize, but we have to maintain some level of integrity. So if you didn't get your games done, we'll see what we can do. But to be perfectly honest with you, if you don't have your games done, there's a difficult chance that we'll actually be able to add you guys in. So it's just a crummy situation, but there's really not a whole lot we can do, unfortunately. So if you have an issue with it, I'm sorry. Blizzard has kind of forced our hand, but God, it would not be the first time that Blizzard has forced our hand on something. And you guys all know that as well. So what do you expect? That being said, let's move on to our next topic here. This is just a brief kind of rundown of a couple of rules that people seem to really struggle with. And I want to make sure you guys don't struggle with it. Okay, one moment here. I'm drinking neutral tonight. For those who, some people always want to ask what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a neutral tonight. With regards to ringers, so first thing I'm going to say is if you have a question about the ringer rules, look at the actual tournament rules themselves. It's really, really laid out in there very nicely and very clear as to what you need to get your ringers added to your matches. A lot of times when people ask, well, how do we do this? We will copy and paste the ringer rules for you. Please don't make us have to do that. Please actually read. It's really not a huge ask for people to actually look at the rules. And if you signed up as a GM, it's actually one of the things in the rules that you agree, or in the registration, you agree that, yeah, I read the rules. Did you, though? Did you? I guarantee you maybe a third of you actually did. But, excuse me. Nobody actually reads the rules. All right. That was a real question. Somebody ask a real question. Yeah, you can change your account. Your GM needs to reach out. That's not a problem. All right. So read the rules. And again, Corn Man, you brought up a good point. Yes, your managers are the ones who need to handle the ringer stuff, so they should be the one reading the rules. So, but if they're, how do I put this? If your manager is dumb, you can maybe kind of poke them in the right direction. Just a thought. So throwing that idea out there. Read the rules, guys. Again, it's very basic. You request with your opponent. You send them screenshots of the profile and their ranks. You send send a mod mail in the SPCS Discord right before the match, letting us know who's ringing. Here's a screenshot showing the approval, and we'll get them moved into your VC. We don't give them roles. We move them into your team VC. That's how that works. So it's very simple, very easy. Please just read the rules. I can't emphasize that enough with regards to ringers, guys. That's what it is. Tardiness. This comes up all the time. How to handle when teams are late. If a team is late, if your opponent is late, they're kind of not responding to you, or you've just been sitting in the lobby, they only have like 3 people, please let us know. Open a mod mail to us right away so we can come in and we can enforce the rules as written. Yes, you could give your opponent a little bit of grace, and yes, we will moderate if it makes sense to give your opponent a little grace. We will do that. Let's say, for instance, maybe there's a severe thunderstorm that's maybe rolling through it, and they had to leave their computer. They had to go take shelter or something. This has happened before. We're expecting you guys to at least give a little bit of grace in those situations. But if it's just a simple fact of nobody's showing up, nobody's answering anything, let us know right away so we can step in and we can handle it. As a reminder, our lateness rules are if you go 10 minutes past the match start time, map 1 is forfeited, and 20 minutes past match start time, match will be forfeited. Guys, take it seriously. Please help us out so we can help you out. We don't want you guys to have to be the bad guys here. That's our job. We will come in and we will be the bad guys. That's what we do. So it's part of the wonderful life of being a staff member. I've only had my life threatened, I think, 4 times now since I started doing this. So what's a 5th time, really, guys? Come on. What's a 5th time? Are there any rules about abuse of power, bullying from the manager? I would ask that you clarify that if you're referring to your team managers, things like that. If you're having an issue with your team manager, we will work with you. If it's a situation where your manager is just, the team just wants to be getting rid of them or whatever it is, let us know. He's trolling, don't listen to him. This has actually happened, I will say. If you do have a situation where there's a manager who is doing whatever, let us know. We can work with you. We can talk about transferring ownership of the team. Whatever it takes, we'll help you out, guys. We're not here to be bad guys, but we need to see what's going on. So we'll step in, we'll help out where it makes sense. That's what we do. All right, in-game match issues. Again, open up a mod mail. Don't sit and try to figure it out yourselves. Just open a mod mail. This is what we're here for. We have on-call staff every night during matches to make sure that we have somebody available who can help you out with your problem. We will help you, but you need to tell us what's going on so we can hop in. Someone who staffed for an intermediate team ring for an other team or even his own. So once again, I would recommend that you check out the rule book that is covered in there. But to, again, cover that information here, eligible ringers, you can have... So if you are a intermediate staff member, you can ring for your own team, as long as you qualify by rank. But you got to follow the rank rules. However, you cannot ring for other teams in the same division. The reason that boils down to is basically it's a matter of competitive integrity. Yes, odds are the person isn't going to do anything. Odds are the person is going to not cause a problem. But if you're a staff member for another team in the same division, theoretically, you could try to potentially screw the team over, which could potentially benefit your team. It creates a potential for conflict of interest. Competitive integrity is really important to us, so that's why we say no in these instances. It's not something that we will be willing to override either. Yes, we acknowledge that in most cases, it will probably be fine. Most people are chill about this kind of stuff. It takes one bad apple to ruin a bunch, though, guys. So I hope you understand that, and I understand this might cause problems for you. We're not trying to cause problems for you, but we are trying to create an environment where competitive integrity can come first, not whatever the hell that could be. So please just give a little bit of understanding to that situation. We have to work within our rule set on that, and we need you guys to be mindful of that. And again, we will not make exceptions in these cases. Once you cannot ring for other teams in the same division. It is a conflict of interest. The one exception to that is when you have eliminated players. Okay, so if you have eliminated players, once you get to playoff time, you can have an eliminated player from another team ring for your team. Now, they can only ring once throughout the entire playoffs, but that's worth noting. Also, you can only have the same ringer up to 3 times throughout all of SPCS. This includes playoffs. So if you just be mindful of that. You can't just keep bringing in the same ringers over and over again to try to subvert the rank system, which we have seen people try to do. We are tracking it, and we will make sure that that player cannot ring for you anymore. So please be mindful of that, guys. Last thing on ringers before we continue. If you try to obfuscate or deceive your opponent with a screenshot you send them to get your ringer approved, and we figure it out, we find it out, you will be forced to forfeit the match. There will probably be more punishment beyond that as well. We take that stuff really seriously, guys. Don't put us in a position where you try to get sneaky. It does come back to bite you. And we have banned teams from the tournament before, banned managers from the tournament before, forfeits, whatever we need to do, guys. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. You probably get banned from other tournaments within the BPL Kitsune League World too if you do things like that. They typically don't like to see people cheat, and it does reflect badly on you guys. So don't put us in a spot to do that. Is Season 18 counting for the ringer rule? Currently, no. Season 18 is nothing for us right now because we can't use it to truly determine anything because the ranks are all over the place right now. So we're waiting to see where ranks settle in so we can try to figure something out for Season 18. But right now, Season 15 to 17 is what's important for ringer qualification. All right. Enough about ringers. I'm bored talking about ringers. Let's move on. Once again, the format, as a reminder, we have 5 weeks of Swiss. We have a 1-week play-in then for the lowest ranked teams in the divisions, and then a playoff bracket, which will have 3 weeks of knockouts with a double elimination for the top-end teams, and then a 3-week championship bracket where the top seeds will be able to pick their opponents. So there's 2 phases to this. There's a knockout phase, and then there's that championship bracket phase after the 5 week of Swiss. For those who say, wow, 5 weeks of Swiss is not nearly enough for 32 teams, it actually mathematically is the correct amount of time for 32 teams. You want to try to argue with it? I will show you the math. That's fine with me. I don't really care. 5 is sufficient. That's all you need for Swiss. So for 32 teams, or yeah, literally, Wheezy said it best. You can't argue with math. Math is correct. So, all right. And if you have questions about it, honestly, there's an easy way. You could just Google it too. It's on Google. You literally just go look for it. If you are looking for the map pool, it's in the Discord. Once again, in important info. Series 3 information. If you go to Series 3 information, you'll see a picture of the map pool. It gives you the starting map that will take place for each week. Then it gives you the four additional game modes. It tells you which each week's starting map is, which again, week 1 is going to be Lijiang Tower. Week 2, Busan. Week 3, Ilios. Week 4, Antarctica. Week 5, Nepal. And then from there, you have to pick all the other game modes before repeating any additional game modes. The last losing team will choose the map and mode as is normal. So please make sure you're reading that and go from there. Greninja, can I TLDR every single thing I've said so far? Yeah, read the rules. That's basically what I've said. Cool. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Let's move on then, guys, to what you guys are all probably here for. Again, we're going to have a little bit of a Q&A at the end, so if people have questions, hang tight. We'll address them at the end. But I know a lot of you are probably wondering, what about these schedules? What about these week 1 schedules? So the week 1 schedules are being rolled up right now. These are completely random within each division. From there, it's all Swiss. It's all going to be determined by the algorithm. It is not, I don't have a hand in it. It's all math. So we're letting the math make the determinations from there. I have nothing to do with it. So before you inevitably complain about it, it's not me. It's math. Math doesn't like you. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with me. I might not like you, but you know what? It's not my fault. It's not my fault the numbers hated you. So let's go on to the actual team schedule drawing. I should broadcast to you, by the way. Because you asked, now I won't. It's the rules. Sorry. Hate to see it, guys. Hate to see it. F in the chat for Reckless. F in the chat. Let's move on then to the actual schedule drawing. Oh, look. It's the Wheel of Names. We're going to do a different setup here. Give me 2 seconds. Bingo. Hi, guys. It's good to see you again. Welcome, everybody, to the Week 1 schedule draw. I know you were excited. You can't wait for this. We're going to go ahead and get this started here. First and foremost, we have 11 teams in rookie. God, 11 teams in rookie. You hate to see it. Well, you know what? It's so interesting, by the way, because gold and plat are the most populated divisions or the most populated ranks in Overwatch by far. And yet we always seem to have the hardest trouble bringing in plat teams to play. You know what? It's just interesting. But it happens. We only have 11 right now. Maybe that'll change before we get going here. But as of right now, we have 11. Now, it's worth noting, for those of you who are wondering, man, like, wow, these are really bad. How do we only have 11? We're looking at next season. There's probably going to be some adjustments in divisions. Just hang tight, though. We'll talk about that as we get to Series 4, which is crazy to suggest. Series 4 this spring? Crazy. As you can see in intermediate, we have 32 teams. For the record, we actually have 36 teams, but 4 people are on waitlist. And then last but not least, in advanced, we have 30 teams. So lots of teams, guys. We're excited to get this going. And we're going to start off in rookie. Now, again, there are 11 teams. So we will see one team get on the bye. That'll be the last team that's selected here. For those who are wondering when broadcasted matches will be posted for each division, broadcasted matches will be announced probably by the end of the night tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll announce who that is. The difference with broadcasted matches, guys, is that your match will start a half hour after the normal 8 o'clock Eastern time start. The reason we do this is because we want people from your division to be able to tune in and watch the broadcast for your division. Makes the most sense. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the rookie division. These matches are being tracked by staff who will be posting out just a quick list of them, and these will be up on the website in the next couple days. So just hang tight, guys. Let's get this ball rolling. I know you guys love the wheel spin. Who doesn't love the wheel spin? Turn up the music a little bit. Some ambiance in here. All right, no more Mr. Nice Guy. We'll be taking on UKN Griffin. And we have a returning Bees Nuts. Taking on the Crimson Marines. And just a warning for you guys, these matches are subject to change. A couple teams haven't fully locked in yet. There might be some changes coming. We don't know. So just hang tight with us while we're trying to get everything set. We wanted to get you guys these matches as soon as we could. The Eternal Beat Drop Bears will be taking on a returning Nemesis. We now go to UKN Aurora. And they will be taking on, looks like Oceanside Maelstrom. Oh, maybe? Yes, Oceanside Maelstrom. Then your last matchup here will be JBL Speaker. And they'll be taking on, it looks like, Oceanside Blahaj. Which means VTY Onka will be the ones who are on the bye for week 1. Look, I'm going to spin for them anyways. Just they have their moment. I want to give everybody their moment. There we go. Claps for them. Claps for them, everybody. All right. That is your rookie schedule. Again, these will be posted in the Discord soon enough. Hopefully, the people who said they were going to be tracking it are actually tracking it. I would imagine they are, but they're the best. So I'm going to trust that they are. I'm going to leave that for future reference. Anyways, let's go to intermediate. Intermediate. We have 32 teams. We have 16 matches to go through. My voice is going to be shot by the end of this, but we're going to try and press on anyways. It's VTY Leo taking on Catalyst Alpha. Next, we got the Milkmen, who will be taking on Colon D Ragdolls. I have questions, but we're going with it. We have the Dream Team, Joey Esports, actually. Joey Esports. Joey Esports, God. Anybody else feeling pain hearing those words? Because I am. Taking on, Eternal Fury. That's going to be a good one right there. Eternal Fury versus Joey Esports. That is I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. That's your week 1 stream, everybody. That's going to be a great one. 2 relatively well-known teams with relatively well-known players in this scene. A lot of BPL players, a lot of Kitsune players, a lot of former SPCS players. This is going to happen, guys. So book it right now. Eternal Fury, Joey Esports. That's our broadcasted match. And I didn't rig it. You watched me spin it. This is not a video. I'm clearly removing teams as we're going. So actually kind of crazy that ended up being a matchup here, week 1. Oceanside Tsunami will be taking on looks like the Kitty Brigade. Next up, we have, looks like Nightfall Academy. Yes, Nightfall Academy, who will be up against the Unction. And if you're looking for my opinions on these matches, I have no idea. The Bomb Pop Ballers will be taking on looks like Duck Buckets. Don't say that 5 times fast, casters. And Jade Dynasty, who was a waitlist team that we're just getting off of waitlist right now. It might be Jade Dynasty. It might be a different team. We'll see. Hang tight. And they will be up against, it looks like Eternal Blue 2. Another Eternal team. Great. I remember when Ronan said that Eternal would be gone after like 1 season of Trank. It was like 2 years ago. Ronan's retirement is the biggest fraud this side of my sniping skills. Phantasmal Dryasm. All right. Yeah, Ronan has quit the game 5 times. That's crazy. Ronan's retirement is the real fraudulent thing. Shapeless Abyss. Where am I at here? All right, got 16 teams left to pick from here. Let's keep going. Next matchup. We have WhatsApp Winton. It's a great team name, by the way. Great team name. Yeah, Ronan is an anime character. That's so true. So real. Really bad fantasy drafter, too. My God, you should see his fantasy draft. Ooh, it's bad. Grav 9 is their opponent. All right, next matchup. We got Catalyst. They'll be taking on Chaos Theory. You're retired, but someone needs to be Aaron Rodgers. And then Eternal Greed will be taking on... Ooh, Concordia Crimson. All right, another good matchup there. Next one up, we got the Dream Team. They will be taking on... Is it going to be Dubu? It is Dubu by a hair. Next. We have Time Lost. And they will be taking on... Who's on Dream Team? I don't know. Eternal Surge. 3 matches left to determine in intermediate before we get to advanced. Tamiu? T-A-M-I-U? Tamiu? I'm not sure. That team will be taking on... Looks like Ignition Nihil. All right. We avoided the ignition on ignition combat. Love to see it. And the Goofy Goobers. Yeah, Munching Org, thumbs down. We'll be taking on Ragnarok Loki. We dodged the Ragnarok matchup too. Wow. And that leaves Ragnarok, Thor, and Ignition Heatwave to take each other on. Like I said, we'll spin just because we can. But that is all of your intermediate matchups, guys. Once again, that's 16 matches in intermediate. Best of luck to all teams. Reminder that after week 1, it is Swiss. So keep that in mind. Let's get to advanced before my voice goes. We have 30 teams in advance. 15 matches to draw. Let's get started here. We're going to start it off. Vicious Inferno. Vicious Inferno will be taking on EXN Holocene. Then we got Goblin Barrel, the returning Goblin Barrel. Is taking on Lob City. And we got Max Base. Who'll be taking on Oceanside Hurricanes. Oh, I'll have to manually delete them because I screwed up. 1 second. There we go. Cool. Next. Reckless Gamma. Very active in the chat today. Shout out Sir Olin. Taking on, Eternal Rift. That could be a good one. That might end up actually being the broadcasted match. We'll talk later. We'll see. Next up, we got the Shoot Deflect, which we'll be taking on Space Pandas Blue. Next up, we have No One Else, which we'll be up against taking on Culture, the returning Culture. Shout out Anna in the chat. Concordia Wildwind, another returning team. Taking on... speaking of returning teams, it's Atlas Arcadia. Now we got VTY Tigress. Thank God no Billings Boomers. Gotta say, couldn't be more right. Taking on, it looks like OSU JV, another returning squad as well. Next up, we got Blueberry Low. Really interesting little acronym there. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Versus Underpaid. Who put me in this? Sorry, that was bad. I'm very tired. Next up, Kirigami. Who will be taking on? And once again, thanks for hanging around. There will be a short Q&A at the end if people want it as well. It's the Billings Boomers, everyone. I know everybody's really excited to see the Billings Boomers. Shout out to everybody. Ping Tyler in the chat if you could. Wow, Tyler's not even online. Well, that makes it less fun. The Apothapookies. They'll be taking on... returning team, by the way, Apothapookies. Shout out Mace. I know you're out there. Bacon Pancakes. Making bacon pancakes. Bacon pancakes. Making bacon pancakes. Pancakes. Sorry. Dapper Dynasty. Shout out Poopa Team. Taking on... Pandas in Pajamas. Poofa Billings Boomers. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't keep track of Poofa teams, okay? Next, Everest. Who will be taking on? By the way, for those wondering, why the hell are you spinning these? This takes forever. It does take forever. But the reason why I do this is because people complained when I did this randomly before, oh, you rigged it. I don't want to play this team first. Well, I don't care, personally, to hear your complaints. But second of all, it's not rigged. You can very plainly see that. So, Respawn Rangers. Next, the two matchups left here. We have... Fair Play. Wow, close. Fair Play. And they will be taking on The USA men's Olympic basketball team. Can't wait to see Steph Curry pull up. It's going to be great. Next and last but not least, of course, we have Crimson Phoenix, who will be taking on Advanced's most recent applicant, by the way, right now, or RN. So, everybody say hi, Solomon, in chat, by the way. Hello, Solomon. The granddaddy of all things Overwatch esports. Which, that probably isn't the best thing to say, but you know what? I went with it, so. All right. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. We're going to give a brief second here. If anybody has any questions they want to ask, it could be tournament related. If you want to ask me a question, by all means. I don't broadcast very much anymore. I really don't. I like to let other people take the stage a little bit more than I used to. And quite frankly, I'm really busy. I got 2 kids. For those of you who don't know me, by the way, I've been doing tournament administration in Overwatch now for 8 years. I was first involved with Tranquility starting in Season 2. I took over as assistant commissioner and then commissioner of that tournament fairly quickly. I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus there, but I kind of took the reins of it probably about Season 4 for the most part, at least outwardly. And from there, I helped run Tranquility until it ended. And then I started up my own project here, which is purely not affiliated with anybody else other than Navino. Me and him agreed after Tranquility ended, we wanted to create our own project that we could handle as a duo. And Navino, for those of you who don't know, former runner of GGNA, also has been affiliated with other leagues as well. Everybody knows who Navino is, let's be real. He's also involved with collegiate esports. Quite involved with that scene as well. So shout out Navino, fellow owner here. A lot of the staff came over as well. A lot of them you've probably interacted with as well. You recognize a bunch of them: Smarties, Glitch, Try, Dorito. We've been working together for a really long time. Stella, we've been working together for a really long time. It's a great group of people. They all know what we're doing. We've done this for a really long time, guys. We really know what we're doing. We're really good at this. And that's not just ego padding. That's just the truth. We're good at this. We know what we're doing. So, that being said, again, looking for questions here. I do see one question right up the right away. When do rosters get put out? We'll see rosters up on the website probably in the next day or two. Just hang tight. We're still getting rosters approved. Looking at the our Airtable that has all the information on there, I would say probably 2/3 of the rosters are locked in or close to. So we're getting there, guys. It takes a long time, so hang tight. Sandbagging and Swiss stage against the rules. Unsure if I missed it in the rules. So this would fall under the rules that are so common sense that we shouldn't have to have a rule about it. If you really need explained why smurfing is bad and why you shouldn't sandbag, first and foremost, you're an idiot. Second of all, don't do those things. If we know you're doing it, we'll probably just get rid of you. Quite frankly, I'm going to reiterate this. I'm not trying to sound like a jerk when I say that. What it boils down to is we're all volunteers. We volunteer our time on top of all of our personal work, whether that's school, whether it's careers, whatever it is, we're all busy. So when it boils down to it, if you're going to waste our time by being a jackass, we'll probably just get rid of you. There's a lot of people here who want to be here, who will be part of it. We're not trying to be jerks. We just don't want to deal with BS. We just don't want to deal with bullshit. So don't do that. It should be common sense. I really shouldn't have to say it, but I'm going to say it now. Yes, sandbagging is bad. Don't do it. If we catch you actually pulling that shit, trying to be shady about the way you play the game for some sort of competitive advantage, yeah, we're going to take it. We're going to do what we need to do. So don't be that idiot, please. Don't be that guy. We're the ones who will make fun of you, and we will. We will privately make fun of you and then probably publicly shame you. Let's see here. Let's look through some other questions that I saw coming through here. Do teams have the ability to play in higher divisions with high win rates? I mean, you're locked into your division once you start. So if you're in an intermediate, you're in an intermediate for Series 3. So any rules against trying to abuse the rules to get a favorable advantage? Just kind of covered that. So let's see here. What if you put a bag of sand on your teammates? Weird, but go for it. Live your life. Will skins be turned off? No, skins will not be turned off. We're not a hardcore league by any means. We're not going to go super crazy with that. And some teams like to coordinate their skins to fit their team theme. Whatever makes you happy, you guys go crazy with it. I don't personally care. And some people say, oh, certain skins give you huge competitive advantage. It's kind of maybe, sure, I could see it in like Bleeding Edge, but we're not Bleeding Edge. If you think this is Bleeding Edge, go play, maybe you should go play Face It. Maybe you should go play, things like that. Go there. That's a lot more Bleeding Edge than us. Don't take my joke comment seriously. I already did. Shame. All right. Looking for any other questions. Dab, when can I get commissioner? I would rather repeatedly slam my dick in a car door before I give you commissioner. Repeatedly. Can you get a kiss for you, Pasty? I don't know if you went over this, but this season, if you were to hit champ, is that chill or no? It's chill. If you rank up after you're locked in, it's chill. If you hit world number 1, it's chill. Congratulations, you got really good. Is the ringer rule same from previous seasons where you can't get a ringer from the same tier? Yes, can't get a ringer from the same tier. Covered it earlier. We understand that most people probably aren't going to be bad actors with that, but it does open up windows to abuse, and we're not going to allow that. So, yeah, Jagora, don't worry about it. That's all you need to know. All right, going to give you just a couple more minutes for any more questions. Again, can be tournament, can be me related. Some people like to ask about me. I don't necessarily care that much. For those of you wondering, I am 37 years old. Yes, I'm 37. That's really weird to say still out loud, but I'm 37. I have 2 kids. They're 11 and 8. Session tomorrow, Epic. Yep, we'll have a session. Yes, I am Unk. Yes. That is really weird to say. Unironically, I am an uncle, too. Can I embezzle SPCS funds so you could order DoorDash right now? I've offered to send you DoorDash as a thank you for the shit you do try, and you refused it, so I ain't going to let you pull that shit. I've just tried to give it to you out of the genuine nature of my heart, and you've been like, no thank you. So, you know what? You don't get shit. Hey, I tried to be nice. No more being nice. Can you embezzle funds for not doing anything for the league? Funny story, but we won't get into that. Why is your closet wumpy? It's my camera. No, I won't shout out Sir Roland anymore. Just going to give one more minute just in case anybody has any real questions, and then we're going to call it a night here. When will the Mexico filter go away? I will have proper lighting eventually. I just moved, and for those of you, again, who know me personally, who have had discussions with this before, probably been the worst summer of my life between trying to sell our old house, the move being an absolute disaster in so many ways, plus a lot of personal shit along the way. It has been the absolute summer from hell, which is why you didn't see a lot of me in the Discord over the summer. I just really was way too goddamn busy to try to make anything else happen. It was awful. It was terrible. So, speaking from a personal standpoint, just very happy to be here with you guys, ready to settle into my kids' school year and ready to settle into SPCS. To have a little bit of normalcy, have some routine again. God, I miss routine right now. Tired of craziness. Bringing back team merch on God, bro. I don't even have time for that shit. I'll level with you straight up. I don't have time for that. I would love to do merch again. I don't have time for that. It's so much work to manage that store. It ain't gonna happen. Plans for a charity event like around Series 3 last time. Yes, so for those of you who may be familiar with what we did in the past, we've done a lot of work for an organization called Gamers Outreach, really cool group. They provide basically the means for people or children in children's hospitals, long-term hospital care to be able to play video games. They make these carts that they bring around to all the kids in there, all hospital-grade materials. It costs a lot of money to make it, and we run events to help support that. There's carts with the SPCS logo in a couple of hospitals because of the money we've made through these charity events. So it's really cool, and again, we'd love to continue doing that. We will do a charity event again. The last one we did was 48 straight. I'm gonna level with you, that was a mistake in hindsight. Fun idea, went terrible. So we will be doing another charity event, more than likely right in the middle of the season. You will see details about that, so hang tight. We will be doing more. So yeah, me and Balatro carried that too hard. Dude, I was doing the night shift for that. I was basically doing 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. That was rough. And I'm an old ass man, and that was rough. Can we add a Tour of Hammer 1v1 tournament to the charity event? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. No, you asked, will there be banter shows? I hope so, but I probably just won't have the capacity to run them. Kind of doing some things this year that I haven't done before. On a personal note, guys, my daughter's big into theater, does tons of theater camps, things like that, and is acting in musicals and all this stuff. Loves that stuff, but because of that, my wife does a lot of community theater as well. She's kind of been pushing me to get back into theater as well. I haven't acted in a show or in a musical or in a play for over 20 years. But this fall, I'm getting back into it. I'm stepping back in for the first time. Really excited doing a production of Our Town, which for those of you who are in the theater, it's an amazing show. If you're not in the theater, I don't care. It's an amazing show. So I just won't have time to run the banter shows. I'm going to be way too busy. Just straight up, I will be way too busy to put out that content. If people want to do some content stuff, I would love to help host you, give you the resources to make it happen. I just need to see plans from you guys, make it work. That's basically what it boils down to. So. All right. I'm not seeing any other questions here. Caster class for charity when? Hey, if we have interest in that, we can make it happen. All right. Not seeing any other questions, guys. So we are going to go ahead and call it a night here for the Introduction to Series 3. Once again, thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you for being a part of Series 3. It's always a pleasure to host you guys. We really look forward to working with you and making this tournament a success. Once again, if you have any other questions, please be sure to ask us in the Discord. We're always available to help. You can reach us in mod mail. You can go to questions or suggestions, things like that. We will be in contact with you right away, doing our best to answer the question as thoroughly as possible. But once again, I am Mr. Yeti. Welcome everyone to Series 3, and we will see you on Monday with our first broadcasted match in the Rookie Division. Have a great night, everybody.